So as the fellas pull up, Ryan Beasley, Barry Wong, Tyrone Riley IV, and obviously head coach Chris Gerlifson of the USF Dons, as we get our second team here in the building from Resorts World at WCC Basketball Media Day. We're going to see, squeezing in the setup very well. Zach, the cameraman and director, finishes the job here. So for really to start with, we talked with Ryan and Tyrone and obviously Coach earlier. We've asked about hypotheticals, and that's one thing. But now you guys have had time to work with each other. You've had time to face different competition. Kind of what's it like having seen yourselves react to adversity in the moment?
Yeah, I think we responded well. We had a great week of practice. We have another test coming up on Saturday, so we should be ready for that one. But it's just part of the process. Coming in after one game, got to learn from it and build as a team and then get better from there.
And I think one of the biggest developments for you, Ryan, personally, is you're going to have the ball a lot more in your hands. People are going to guard you differently. It's a lot different of a change. Sometimes coming off the bench, now you're going to be one of the lead guards, not only for your team, but in this conference. Yes, how have you personally handled those types of adjustments to different things that people are throwing at you?
Yeah, I think the team and the staff makes it kind of easy for me. They put me in a great position on the floor with our actions that we run and the guys around me. We have shooter, freak athlete around me, so they kind of make the game much easier for me.
Yeah. I think when you look at one of the more underrated assets in Barry down there, get one down to Barry. How do you feel like you've grown the most from the offseason to now? I feel like offensively you really made your presence felt. How have you grown defensively and doing some more of the dirty work for Coach?
Yeah, I know that. So when I'm coming here, so coaches talk to me a lot. Like it's not only Coach CG, it's all the coach staff. Yeah, they talk with me about my offense skills. They don't think my offense has any problems, and they just want to make me defense getting better and can guard everyone on my position and even stop to the guard and big five. Yeah, that's why coach want me doing that well, so he can let me on the court. So that's why I want to make the defense getting better these 2 years. Yeah.
So one of the things, looking at this roster, thinking about this team, is that this team is just long. There's a lot of length to this team. Tyrone, can you kind of talk a little bit about just what that's been like in practice? Because again, it feels like from looking up and down this roster, while there may not be the quote unquote big guys maybe St. Mary's or Gonzaga, but this team just seems to have athleticism and a lot of interchangeability to what you can do on the court.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a key piece to our defense. Our coaches emphasize using our length and showing our length in practice and on the defensive end, because if our hands are down, then obviously teams can see everything on the court and pick us apart. But I feel like if we use our athleticism and our length, we can really disrupt people on the defensive end, and then obviously turn teams over with athleticism. We can get out and run a lot better. And I feel like that'll be a problem that we can really make on the defensive end.
Now, as you've gotten more time on the court, what's maybe something that has started to stand out, or how has maybe the personality of this team started to kind of emerge as you've gone through a couple more weeks of practice?
You can tell that a lot of us, we have love for each other, and we want to see everybody succeed in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like everybody is getting to know what they need to do for our team to win. And I feel like once everybody fully buys into that role, we're going to be a very hard team to deal with.
Going down to Coach at the end, there is one of the other people I think that's an underrated pickup for you guys, and I think can really help make your team better both in practice and then obviously against opponents down the line, Vukasin Masic. How has he kind of inserted himself in somewhat of a different role compared to when he was at Portland? How has he kind of made himself known, made himself available, and how he will eventually help you guys out over the course of the year?
Yeah, that's a good question. Number one, he just got back to San Francisco not less than a week ago. His father passed away. And so that's been really tough on him, tough on our team. And I want to make sure I acknowledge him, his family, for all that they've been going through. But I love the guy. He's wired to compete. He's been in the league. I feel like he's been in the league for the last 5 years and has been in the wars and know what it looks like in the WCC. He's a veteran. He's got a high basketball IQ, and he fits what we do offensively, which I think is a sneaky good piece for us. He can play the point, he can play off the ball, and he's kind of wired to score, and we're going to need that.
Unfortunately, one other piece of somber news, obviously, athletic director Larry Williams passed away. Can you kind of speak to the impact, both from what you've seen on the court, off the court, and eventually maybe one of the other guys can speak to what they've experienced with him in the halls of War Memorial?
Yeah, the last week's been, really hard on our staff, our guys, and can't say enough about what Larry did and what he was currently doing for our program. He traveled with us everywhere. He was on every trip, and he was really consumed with continuing to try to push our program forward. And we want to make sure that he gets the credit for some of the things that he was working on, that we finished those things, some of the projects that he had going on. But, just awful day for our program, awful last week. I feel incredibly sorry for his wife. He has 5 children and grandchildren, and but it's also been extremely comforting to see how the USF community has kind of rallied around that. And so we're going to make sure we honor him the right way every chance we get. But just can't say enough for what he did for me in the program.
Yeah, Mr. Larry was a great guy, also a competitor, but we actually spoke about it a week before his passing. He would help me out with whatever I wanted to do outside of basketball. So as far as helping us out with our basketball program, he also cared about each and every guy as a man growing into a man. So our condolences are with his family, and we hope to win some games in his name.
And one of the big things, one of the big changes, like in season, that does impact you guys is the move for the Gonzaga game back to Chase Center for a 3rd straight year. And just kind of talk a little bit about like that opportunity again. Obviously, like it's way down the road, it's in the season, but to be able to play in that environment, obviously it's one of 2 times to play at Chase Center again this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all of us 3 here have played in Chase for a lot of games, so we're ready for that challenge. But it is down the road, but we're ready to compete against anybody anywhere. So we'll be ready to go for that one when it comes around.
And we talked a little bit about that non-conference schedule a few weeks back, and just as now that it's starting to get closer, like what's the kind of maybe the excitement level that you guys are starting to have about getting on the court to play a game that actually counts rather than just competing against each other, or even in some of the exhibitions that you've had?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're excited about every opportunity we get to play as a team. Super grateful for our staff and our guys to be on the court and play the game we love, but we kind of take it game by game. So we'll be ready for any opportunity that comes upon us.
Speaking of opportunities, have you gotten CG to actually get a Dutch crunch? Have you broken him on the sub?
Nah, he does what he does. He likes what he likes, and he won't switch up.
Honestly, I can get in that boat too, because as you guys both know, I will not switch up on Chipotle. That ain't,
I won't switch up either.
it ain't happening on my watch. For Tyrone, we obviously a lot of the usual suspects here at the table. Who are some of those guys that maybe we don't know about and haven't acknowledged yet that we are going to get to know over the course of this season?
We have a lot of sleepers. We have a lot of young guys. Obviously, with us playing and practicing, someone I feel like is going to help us a lot is our freshman, Legend Smiley. Obviously, a long, wiry, athletic guard who's wired to score just like Masic is. I feel like with his athleticism and his IQ and shooting ability, he's going to be able to be a good piece for us offensively, but he also wants to guard. So I feel like that's going to help us on the defensive end with another guard that's, able to pick up 1 through 4 possibly. That obviously gives a lot of it kind of makes us a very, very hard team to score on. If he 6'5" guarding the 1, obviously we have Mookie Cook, who's around 6'8". He can guard 1 through 4, probably 1 through 5. With our athleticism, scoring on us is going to be a very hard thing, and that's what our coaches emphasize.
And we all know that Coach Carlson emphasizes tough defense and such. For Barry, going towards a lot of the big guys in the post, lots of different guys who offer different things. Obviously, Saba returns. You enter Diaz, Graham, and then I kind of want to peel back the curtain a little bit. How is Duedo? Obviously, him returning is a big thing, and he's still making his return to play. How is he still kind of influenced what you guys do, and how is he still like offering the right sense of advice, the right leadership for the betterment of your guys' position?
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and he was a leader, and he's a 5 years guy in this team, So he really knows what the coach want to do for him, and he know what what we need to do. So every practice he will be on the court side. It's hard for him because he can play but he's still like every practice he won't missing. And he teach to our transfers and the young guys. He's saying a lot in the practice, and we love him. Yeah.
Yeah. And going one more on your own personal development, where were you challenged the most to grow, and how successful have you been in getting better in whatever department that is?
I think the biggest challenge is my defense is not well in my freshman season and the second season. So yeah, that's why I'm not played too much times in my first year, and I won't be coach see my defense getting better. So that's why I'm getting my body getting strong and getting my moving getting fast. So that's why I can guarding the format right now. And I think because I won't be play on the court, so yeah.
CG, talking a little bit about just like the coaches poll, like where everything kind of like fell out this morning. You guys received another first place vote, picked to finish third in the conference. Second year in a row, you guys have gotten a first place vote. And then also two of these guys, Ryan and Tyrone, on that preseason team. Just kind of talk about like the position the program is in right now, and just the growth that you've kind of continued to have. And two guys who weren't huge piece, who weren't like key, like started whatever last year, but like guys who are going to be who are stepping into new roles, larger roles, and clearly the respect around the league that these two guys have.
Yeah, it's nice to be mentioned, and we appreciate that. But at the same time, that doesn't really mean a whole lot, this time of year, and we have to go out and perform. But I would say, as the head coach and our staff, I'm proud of the fact that over the course of our first 3 years, we've progressively gotten better and went from 20 wins to 23 wins to 25 wins. And that says a lot about the guys in the locker room, number one. I will say about, Ryan, in the games he started last year, he averaged 18 a game. So dumb coach right here. And Tyrone was one of the most efficient freshmen in the country, and his offensive rating and some of the things KenPom oriented that he put up last year speaks a lot about just his potential, and he's gotten even better in the off season. So I think these guys deserve to be mentioned. I'm glad, and Barry as well. Barry's hard on himself, but Barry's gotten so much better since he came to the States. Participated in the Asia Cup this summer and was a first team all selection in that, which is really hard to do. And as I said on one of the other interviews, having three guys that know me, know our staff, and know what the expectations are, and have been a part of a lot of winning here, makes me feel really good as the head coach.
Doing a lot of the development of certain guys. When Jonathan Mobo came back over the summer, just kind of like what was that kind of experience like, just having him back for a little bit, and how his interaction with the guys were?
Yeah, it's great to actually be able to turn the TV on and see one of our future or one of our past players playing on opening night in the NBA. And when J-Mo came back over the summer, he was playing on the wing and, going against Tyrone, and just to see some of the nuances of things that he's learned since being in the NBA, and him having the opportunity to share that with our guys is so impactful. And we want to continue to churn out guys that are NBA players and have a chance to play at that level. So can't say enough about J-Mo's impact on our team, and how he continues to be involved in our program. He just sent custom sneakers that he had made. He's Serious Players Only is a shoe company that he's sponsored by, and he just sent shoes to our staff and our team that are Don's oriented. So it's pretty cool, and he's a Don through and through. But can't say enough about what he did for our program.
Before I get into my last ones right there, is the whole team going to break them out for one specific game, or on the calendar
We'll
yet?
have to see. We got that Nike contract, so
Oh.
we'll have to see if there's a way to maybe showcase those shoes. Because again, that was pretty cool that they put together. The company asked him what they wanted his signature shoe to be, and he said he wanted to be at Don's representation. So it's a green and gold shoe that says "Go Dons" on the back, and it's pretty cool. So we'll have to make sure we post those on social media at least.
Yeah, it sounds fire, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
2 non-basketball related questions for you before we head out of here. Who on staff, or whether it's player, support staff member, who's getting the music playlist and why? What are they playing?
Ooh. I'll tell you who's not getting the music playlist. Kyle Bankhead is not getting the music playlist. As for players, Tyrone's always trying to get the ox in the weight room. Him and Ryan like their music, so I'll go with one of those 2 guys. But yeah, Coach Bankhead is not touching our music.
What did he do? What did he do?
He's just got a different kind of taste. Nothing bad.
Okay,
We respect it all, but I'm partly giving him a hard time. But yeah, we're keeping him away from the music selections.
And then the last one, who's the class clown this year, and why?
I think you should probably ask the players that. Yeah.
All right.
Benjamin Abosi.
Yeah, it's for sure been class clown, trolls all the time. If the locker room needs a laugh, we know who to look to. So I feel like that'd be him.
Okay. Yeah, Barry, I think agree. You agree, Barry?
Tyrone.
Hey, look at that. One for the fellas. So that's the San Francisco Dons, ladies and gentlemen, picked 3rd in the WCC preseason coaches poll. Best of luck this season, fellas. We look forward to covering you guys throughout the year, and look forward to a good season from you guys. Yo.